welcome to Rugby League 360. Today we're interviewing ex-Leeds Rhinos player Willie Poching and his son, the Huddersfield Academy star Kobe Poching. Hello guys.
Evening.
First of all, let's talk about your career, Willie, from the beginning. So how old were you when you began to play rugby?
I was 5. I started playing. I was a ball boy for my dad's team at 3. He coached at our local club where our whole family played. They're called the Maris Saints in Auckland. And I played my first game, as I said, when I was 5. Played my first game at what used to be the home of Rugby League of New Zealand, and especially in Auckland, Carlisle Park. We used to play at half time. We used to put the kids on at half time, and I played in one of those. And my first memory was getting the ball, somebody dropped it, and I ran and I scored. I ran the wrong way and scored at the wrong end. So that was my first memory. And there's some photos that some of my family have got, and I look back still with embarrassment.
Was playing rugby always a dream for you, or did you have other aspirations?
I suppose when I was really young, I wanted to be a fireman or a policeman, and what little blokes want to be. But as I grew, from about 15, when I realised that you could make a living out of playing rugby league, and I started to sort of take things seriously, and that's when I really started to aspire to make a living out of the game and become a professional and try and take it as far as I could. So yeah, probably about when I was 15, that was the time when, I'm not going to say I neglected my schoolwork or put that behind, but I really thought, yeah, I'm going to have a crack at this and have a go, and started to try and become a little bit more professional, train a little bit harder and eat a little bit better, and do what I thought were the best things for me to achieve what I wanted to.
What was your first rugby memory?
My first rugby memory, other than scoring the try at the run, my first rugby memories, as I said, watching my dad's team play. He was coaching. My uncle used to be the manager for the team, and my auntie used to make me little kits like the team, and I used to run them. I loved being with the team. I felt like one of the big boys and going with them everywhere. Harrison Hanson, the former winger player and still a witness now, Rugby League legend and Super League. His dad actually played for my dad. He was one of the guys that I really looked up to at that age, and some of my cousins that played as well. So they're my first real vivid memories of rugby league games.
What did you do to prepare before a match, and did you have any specific diets?
I wasn't superstitious, but I had routines. And people say, "Oh, aren't they the same?" I didn't think so, because superstitions, you got to do it. You had to have this here and have this at this time. You had a set order. My routine, if we didn't have something and I missed out on doing something, then I wasn't going to get too beat up about it. And a lot of that came with experience and age. And, you're a little bit more particular and picky about how you prepare before when you're younger. But yeah, my diet, just from things that I learned, either from coaches or from. When I started, there wasn't that many sports scientists or trainers that were knowledgeable as they are today, so we tried to pick up things as we went along. Somebody told me that carbs were good for you before a game, so I started eating pasta, and that became a habit. I was having pasta the night before. I wasn't too fussed what I ate. Game day itself, as long as I drank loads of water, I realised that I had to be really hydrated going into games. And yeah, those were all my routines. Being picky, I wasn't like to put my left sock on before the other. There's lots of people with quirky little things that they need to do before games, and each to their own. But no, that wasn't me.
What attracted you to move over to England?
To put it in a nutshell, quite a big nutshell, I moved a lot in Australia. And when you move around in Australia, it's not just moving club to club, it's moving city to city, moving state to state, and as it was when I moved from New Zealand to Australia, it was country to country. And my wife, his mum, and I were having starting to have a family with 2 young babies, 2 older brothers, and I couldn't keep moving. It wasn't fair to them that I would keep moving around and uploading the family. We kept packing house, unpacking, and moving to different places. And I knew from being here on tours that if I stayed in one place centrally, I could still move clubs but not have to move house.
Yeah.
Which is how it's been. I've been here for 20 odd years now, and pretty much all that time I've been here in Wakefield. And, we've got no regrets about the life we've had and what Wakefield's given myself and my wife, and especially our kids.
You won World Club Challenge and the Grand Final with Leeds Rhinos. How did that make you feel?
Awesome, outstanding. The Grand Final especially. That's the ultimate, that's the pinnacle. And I remember realising after that after the game we'd won, that is the combination of all the work that we put in throughout the season. That's the ultimate, We got close the year before to making the grand final, but we lost to Wigan. And to get there, we were pretty dominant in 2004. Would have been unjust to have lost it, I thought. But they would have taken nothing away from Bradford. They knocked us off in the semi-final. We had to go the hard way and beat Wigan to get there. But I still remember it vividly, just what it meant to me personally, but to my teammates, to the coaching staff, and to the club who had been so close, but hadn't had that successful in 32 years. So.
Who would you say were the big characters, so to speak, in the dressing room of the Rhinos?
Oh, everyone had their little inputs and their little characteristics, I suppose. But you got people like Barry McDermott and Rob Burrow, who used to, before games sometimes they'd be throwing grapes at each other, and pranksters. We had loads of different people for different reasons. A good team and a good squad is made up of different characters. And you have your grumpy ones, and you have your funny ones, and you have your serious ones, and your not so serious ones. Guys that can coast, and guys that are just ultimate professionals, like Kevin Siffel was as our leader. There were totally different characters for different reasons, but lots of funny blokes too.
Yeah. After your career, you became assistant coach for Kingston Rovers, Salford Red Devils, and now Huddersfield Giants. Is it difficult to watch the players and not being able to play yourself?
No. Easy. I don't miss playing. I say that easily because I feel sorry for some people that retire and finish and they miss the game and they wish they could play on. But I finished on my terms. I finished when I was ready, and I was ready to move to the next phase, which happened to be coaching. And I may be fortunate in the respect that I'm still around the game and I'm still in the dressing room, I'm still amongst all the crack, so I still get all the humour. So maybe it's been easy to retire that way, so I'm still a part of it. I may speak differently if I'm not in the game anymore, but as far as tackling and running and getting hurt, no, I don't miss all that stuff. I don't miss the training and all the tough bits. I do miss the camaraderie that the players have in the dressing room, and they share with each other, and that sort of bond. But I've well and truly moved on from missing the playing bit, and I'm glad I do.
There were worries with Salford at one point about not having enough players whilst you were there. Was there a point when you thought that you may have to lace your boots up again?
No, not me. I pushed Martin Gleeson.
Yeah. He
was an ex-cab off the rank, and whilst I was assistant coach and he was head coach, Ian Watson would have been before me too.
Yeah.
So no, there was no fears of me. We weren't that desperate, we had to patch some players up and roll some people out there strapped up and bumped and bruised, but we still had a deep enough squad to scrape through the season, and as it turned out, we were able to survive and they're still in Super League and doing really well this year.
What tips would you give to future players such as Kobe?
Love what you do, enjoy what you do, but be prepared for some tough times. It's the best life being a professional sports person. You get to travel, you get to meet an amazing array of people. You're always around instant friends. As soon as you get into a dressing room, when you move clubs, you've got instant mates there. But it is a hard life. It is a tough life. It's a 24/7 life, and they're even more so nowadays than in my time, because the players are that much more professional, and they're so much more knowledgeable about how to look after themselves and what they need to prepare and be at their best. And competition between the players now is a lot more intense than what it was, I think, before when I played. So, enjoy it, love what you do, but be prepared to roll your sleeves up and knuckle down and work hard if it is what you really want.
Now, Kobe, on to you. Why choose Rugby League? Did you feel like you had to follow in your father's footsteps?
No, not at all. From a young age, my earliest memories are turning up to training while he's sat in the physio room playing about with my brothers, or being sat in the stand and watching the game. So from my earliest age, all I could think of was rugby. I wasn't someone that was sat at home or sat in the school thinking about wanting to be a fireman or wanting to go out and do something else in my life. It's always rugby.
How hard is it to get into that professional standard?
It is tough. Even at this age, I'm on 17, and there's things I had to give up. There's nights where I'm sat at home and my friends are out partying, and I'm sat at home thinking, I've got training in the morning, I've got to eat right, I've got to do the right things tonight. But at the same time, it's rewarding. I'm doing the job that I want to do at 17. I've got friends that are out, working long hours on weekends, giving the weekends to do that, and I'm doing what I love. So it's not too bad, but it's rewarding as well at the same time.
You've represented England at academy level. Would you like to represent New Zealand or Samoa at any stage in your career, or is England just the dream?
They're all dreams at some point, but for now I'm looking at the academies, I'm looking at this for Giants, but I'm a proud Kiwi, I'm a proud Samoan, I'm a proud Australian, I'm proud of where I come from, and one day if the opportunity comes I'd love to play for any of them, but for the moment it's for Giants.
What are your goals as a rugby player?
Take my career as far as I can take it. One day, the dream is play international for those countries. They're big dreams. I want to make them reality. So the ultimate goal would be, lifting a grand final trophy one day. So yeah.
Is there a current player that you'd like to play alongside, and why?
Any of them, like I said, the goal is to play Super League one day. So when I'm sat watching TV at home, I'm thinking one day I might play with him. But as a halfback, look at people like Alex Walmsley. You want to play behind players like him. You've got to put you on the front foot. Anyone sort of the Burgess twins. You look at big players. You want to be playing behind them. People who want to give you a good game to play with.
Yeah.
But also, people like Sean Johnson, Jonathan Ferguson, those halfbacks that you try and model yourself on. You want to play with them as well. People are going to be few around them every day. You think, how far could you take yourself?
Yeah. Now a question for both of you. We're now 6 games into the 2019 season, and there are a couple of new rules brought in this year, such as golden point and shot clock. Do you feel these new rules will benefit the game?
Yeah, I think so. If the shot clock speeds the game up, it keeps the ball in play more, and that means that the viewing spectator gets more for their money as far as being able to watch the game and get more out of the pound. Then yeah, I'm all for it. But anything that slows the game down, I don't think we can keep in the game. So if the shot clock does that, then I'm all for it. Golden point, I'm a bit mixed. On it. I understand the excitement that it can bring, but I just think some games, if it's a draw, it's a draw. Some games just deserve a draw. Some teams don't deserve to lose a draw. And my other concern is, we've said this before, is I've watched games in the NRL for a while now, and when they get to a golden point, and it's just a drop kickathon. No one's going to score. They're just hoping for field position to get that drop kick. Some games you see miss until somebody gets one in. I don't think that's a good look for the game at all.
as a fan, things like golden point or shot clock is exciting.
Yeah.
You know, shot clock keeps the ball in the field more. It's, like you said, it gives them more to watch. And it speeds the game up. But as a player, it commands a lot, especially when you've got big people in the middle of the field that are going to stay on the field a lot longer now with less substitutes as well. But like I said, with golden point, you know, you're watching games, there's 80 minutes to bash each other. Sometimes there is no winner, so I think sometimes you just need to accept that's what it is and force it in.
Right, thank you guys. Is there anything you'd like to say to the fans of Rugby League 360?
No, I hope you've enjoyed the first 6 games of the year so far, and I hope you enjoy the rest of Super League and what all the players have to offer. And thank you to all the Rugby League fans for supporting our game. We need some more of you, and hopefully we see you at games. And especially a big thank you to you guys for what you do and the platform you're using to promote our game. You're saying you're reaching the far corners of the earth and the world. Fans all across the world. I think you're doing a great job by doing that alone. So good stuff to the fans, and thank you to you guys.